Hello and welcome again. We're
Hi,
back
Robin.
with more dares. How are you today?
I'm okay.
That's good. That's good. I guess should we introduce ourselves? I figure if someone's joining at this point, they probably have seen our Instagram, but I'll go ahead and say hi anyways. My name is Robin Mallory. My pronouns are they, he, and I'm the founder of the California Aggregation for Gender Diversity. We are a organization hoping to build in the next XYZ years, a museum in the San Francisco Bay Area for transgender, genderqueer, intersex, and non-binary and beyond individuals, focusing on history and art. And this is
I'm Amethyst Taharic. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a transgender woman, and I am an author and a podcaster and willing to do all kinds of silly things.
yep.
So that's
And
why
so
I'm
today,
here.
today we are doing more dares. This is our second week of it. Well, I guess our third time, but our second week in a row of doing it.
Yeah.
And we just do silly things and make fun of ourselves for your entertainment. And if you happen,
Right.
essentially, and if you happen to want to dare us to do something, I will continue to check our our forms. So if you want to dare us while we're live, go for it. To dare us, you have to donate at least $1. This is a fundraising opportunity for us. And yeah, just send us something silly to do on live. If it gets a little late or we need supplies, we'll do it next week. But otherwise, just send us your silly things to do.
I put the
And yeah,
um I put the link in the YouTube chat just in case.
nice. Thank you. I'm also going to put it on screen.
Yeah, there you go. There we go. Yeah,
So if anybody wants to, go ahead and go to that link and dare us to do something ridiculous because we would love that.
for sure.
All right. So, which one do we want to do first? Do we want to start with something like they're all pretty different. I know which one I want to
Nothing
end on.
Nothing with lightsabers, I hope?
No, nothing with lightsabers this week. We don't need to permanently damage your ceiling.
I know. It's, yeah, finished last time, and they're like, "What the hell were you doing there?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing."
We had a lightsaber battle, no biggie.
Yeah, not a big deal.
um, okay, so I guess we'll start this one with give a review on the worst movie you've ever seen.
Oh,
I think that would be a fun one to start with.
yeah. Do you wanna go first?
Sure. It's between two. So there was this I watched the Angry Birds movie in theaters a while ago because my brother really wanted to see it and there
Oh
was
my
nothing else in
gosh.
the theater. And that was actually like one of the worst movies. And it's actually, I think, tied for first place of worst movies I've ever seen with this one called
Wow.
Andron. We we were looking in the Dollar Tree like movies section, and I was like, I want to see if they have any sci-fi stuff because I really like watching sci-fi movies and dystopian movies, anything along those lines. I was like, yeah, I can find one of those and we'll watch it. And we found one called Andron, and it looked okay. And my husband was very skeptical. He was like, no, this is going to be awful. And I was like, no, I had such high hopes for it. It was like, I think they had a production budget of like $300.
Oh boy. Okay.
It was really bad. I think they were donated like a place to like film, and like the actors were probably not paid. Like, they just kind of sucked. Like there were plot holes everywhere, and
Sure.
honestly, I have a really hard time remembering movies except for like how I felt after watching them. But the one thing I do remember from this movie was there was this scene where I think they were finding out that someone was a traitor amongst their group. And so they turn to them and they go, "Hey." And then it cuts back to the other person that they're pointing at. And this person has a gun, like out of nowhere. This was something that would have been helpful before in the story, like the plot line. And we
Sure.
have no idea where they found it. They didn't explain it at all. And they just like, "Hey," you know, they just had it out of nowhere. And we were like, "Where did they get the gun? Why didn't they use it earlier? Who is who wrote this?" So anyway,
It's only useful if you're a traitor. That's the thing. It's like Roger Rabbit can't take off the handcuff. Traitor dudes can't use their guns unless they're being traitorous.
I
I
guess
don't know.
it was. I honestly really can't remember much of the story plot. I do remember it was like kind of a sci-fi dystopian. It was set semi in the future, I think, and they were brainwashed and put into this like jail cell underground maze type thing or something. I don't know. And they had to figure out who put them there and how to get out and all of that. And
Sure.
I mean, like the storyline, you can see like this. They had an idea. It wasn't just like they threw some actors in there with nothing, but like they needed a writer who knew what they were doing. They needed actors who knew what they were doing. They needed props, um, and a little bit better, like a more baked concept, I think. So, I guess that would be my movie review. We're gonna go with Andron as being the worst movie I have ever seen.
Wait, and it's wait a minute, it's 2015?
Yeah.
There's an Android. It says it stars Alec Baldwin and Danny Glover. Is that for real? Holy cats, and it's that bad?
It's
Wow.
really bad.
Oh my
It's like
gosh.
it's like Super Buddies bad. Like it's like that talking dog movie. Like it's like that about that level
I'm
of production value.
wow. You would think with like Alec
That's
Baldwin. I
why
mean,
we
not
had
like
some
Alec
hope,
Baldwin. You know,
you know? That's why we had some hope for it.
right. And Danny Glover. I mean, you know, I would expect he wouldn't get into anything that crappy, but huh,
Unless we it's
I
worth
don't
watching.
know.
If anybody is like here and they want to watch a really terrible sci-fi movie, go for it.
I do. I see a maze. I didn't. I'm willing to look on. They have it on oh, hang on, Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna have to see what
What
does
did
it
they
get on
say?
Rotten Tomatoes. So,
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
wow, there are wow, there are six. Um, there are 6 reviews on the tomatometer. Tomato, sure. 0%. No shit. 0%. The audience score with more than 100 reviews. Okay, 13. Wow. That.
It's really bad.
I mean, you know, here's this is a pretty good one already. It says the hapless the hapless viewer. When somebody uses the word hapless, it's already the hapless viewer who has stumbled upon this cheesy knockoff will likely feel trapped, right along with the wooden performances and plotting plot. Oof,
It's
that's a good one. That's a good one. Thank you, Michael Rechtschaffen. That's oof. All right, missing that one.
yeah. All right, what do you
So
have?
so the bummer here, maybe the bummer here is that I love cheesy movies. So like I always, when Mystery Science Theater 3000 first came out, when it was Joel who was in MST3K instead of Mike. Have you seen Mystery Science Theater 3000, by the way?
I have not, no.
Okay. The point of it is just to take a cheesy movie and make fun of it. And so they have like 3 guys at the front, just making fun of it, and then it turned into like robots and with a guy, and now it's I can't think, the now it's the same guy still doing stuff, but they call it something else. Anyway, there was one of the worst movies I ever saw, even really too bad for an MST3K, was called Monos, The Hand of Fate, The Hands of Fate. And as far as I could tell, not entirely sure, as far as I could tell, uh, there was a guy who was kind of like a satanic priest or some sort of priest, but not really. It wasn't clear what god he served. Maybe Monos. I don't know. Now that I think about it, and they went and stole. I'm saying they because there was a priest and then there was a guy named Torgo, and they went and stole women somehow to brainwash them. Once again, we've got some brainwashing going on.
Weird.
Apparently, cheesy movies love their tropes, and so the girls get brainwashed and then they have to go through some sort of ritual, and I think the guy's going to kill one of them, and somehow I'm sure they all get saved through some I'm sure a white middle class cishet male swings on a rope or something like that, swings in on a rope, and yeah, all is well with the world, like you do, right? Like in real life, just like in real life. So Torgo, now you may be asking, well, this doesn't sound that bad. Like it could be like a Hotel California kind of thing. The dialogue is a lot of this.
Just like staring at nothing.
It's no, well, I mean to each other, like so if I were to, it was. I'm not sure I can actually describe it any better. I was going to try to, and it's like, yeah, nah. The main guy, this Torgo guy. So there's the priest, and then there's a guy named Torgo, and he's in some way, I'm not really sure what they were trying to convey with it, but he has very huge thighs, very huge quadriceps. And so he walks very slowly and sort of shuffles. No, that's it. that's the big villain of the movie. You go, God, no, I refuse to let this be the villain. He's just got big quads. That's it. Yeah, watch out. Next week we're gonna have a movie with somebody who's been working out glutes so long that can't get a butt through the door or something. It's like, really, this is all we got. So anyway, the end of the movie comes, and I will tell you, like I think I've made it through Monos, but I'm not certain and I can watch really shitty movies. Like I love a good cheesy movie because at least you can make fun of it. Like you can go, where'd the gun come from? Right? Like the thing with Andron. Suddenly, I've got a gun. You go, where would you get it? Well, it doesn't make a difference. Continuity, we don't have that in this movie. Even Monos struggled. Even Monos. So anyway, that's the review of it. Girls whose role is to go, oh, ooh, oh, oh.
They do not pass what is it called, the bechamel test or the lamp test or something.
I know what you're saying. I can't think of.
There's one theory that's like, if for anyone who's watching this and doesn't know, if there is a female character and their entire character could be replaced by a sexy leg lamp and absolutely none of the story would change, then it's not a good female character.
It's not a good role.
It's not a good role. And I love watching films from that perspective. Like, if this character was a sexy leg lamp, how much of the movie would change? It's a really fun game to play, actually.
Oh, that's funny.
On that, it has nothing to do with Dare, but it is on a similar note. I was asked something a long time ago, and I am curious to see what you would say. And you can think on it if you need to,
All
but
right.
it was the most interesting question I've ever been asked was, if you could replace every character in any movie with Muppets except one character, what movie would you choose? And who would be the one character in that movie who wasn't a Muppet?
Oh, easily Andron, and I'd leave Danny Glover.
That's amazing. Having never seen the movie, you're like, I want to see this.
Do it with Muppets. Gosh, I'm trying to think. You know, it'd be great is to have like Citizen Kane or something like that. Like Citizen Kane, and the only one who is not a Muppet is what's his name? Orson? Is it Orson Welles? Is that who that was?
I think so.
I feel like an idiot. Somebody's gonna write in and be like, "Yeah, you two should not critique movies if you don't even know who did Citizen
You know
Kane."
nothing.
Right. But I'd love to see, like, like Kane's lying in his bed and he goes, Rosebud. And then you've got like Miss Piggy over there going, Kermie, how come he's dying over there? What's the deal with the sled? Well, Piggy, I don't know. Something like that. That's what I was hoping. Elmo
No, that
comes
sounds
walking in.
amazing.
You need a hug, says, and Kane's like, fuck, I'm out of here. I'm gonna die sooner.
Pretty much. Like, I just want to go. This is the end for me.
This is the end of my acting career. And it kind of was, I think. So I don't
Hey,
know.
it works out.
But that's a good question. That's because I
Right?
mean, you can imagine that in so many movies. You just go, what would you put that in? Put it in Citizen Kane. Put it in Star Wars. That'd be a good one. The only one who's not a Muppet is like Darth Vader.
I was gonna say like a Sith or something. Like that would be
Oh
really
my
fun.
gosh.
That would be amazing.
Right. Like Darth Maul. Darth
Oh, that would
Maul
be
is
good.
the only.
Though honestly, I would like to see a Darth Maul puppet. That would look so cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you have to leave Liam Neeson in there so that he has some sort of gravelly, steely-eyed line or something.
Oh
I know
yeah.
you're a Muppet, and I'm still going to kill you. Something like that,
I feel like that was a line in an actual Muppet movie, if I'm being honest.
No
That
matter where
feels
you hide.
like the Muppets Most Wanted movie or something,
Right.
I feel like
Right.
that was in there somewhere.
There you go.
My
I don't
answer to
care if
that
it's a moon or
was
not. I will find you. Something like that. Don't do a terrible Liam
yes,
Neeson, but
yes.
But
My
the Miss
answer to that
Piggy wasn't
question,
bad, was it? Could have been
that was
worse.
actually good Miss Piggy. That was a good Miss Piggy.
Oh, Kermie.
Amazing.
Hi-ya! That's my whole Miss Piggy. I'm all finished.
I love that. Yeah, so the one that I said was this movie called The Seventh Patient. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like this psychological horror movie that I just happened to come across on like Amazon Prime one night, I think, honestly, and was like,
Wow.
yeah, this looks good. It's actually a really good movie, but without spoiling the plot for anyone who may want to watch it, essentially there's these seven patients in a psych ward, and this big shot psychologist is doing research, and he comes to the facility, and he essentially like triggers their trauma intentionally. Like one person's afraid of saran wrap because they were like wrapped up in it and like
Oy.
suffocated for a night or something,
Oh
and
my gosh.
so he like brings out saran wrap and starts wrapping him in saran wrap in the chair and like freaking the guy out so that he can get his story. And anyways, it turns out I'm not going to spoil it and how it plays out because it's got an amazing plot twist. It is freaking great. But the guy, it turns out the psychologist himself is a little crazy. Obviously, he's torturing these people, right?
Really?
So
Huh.
that's not
Yeah.
surprising at all, really. But it turns out he's crazy, and you don't really know how crazy he is until the end. And so I think it would be fun to have the entire thing be Muppets and he be the one human because it would emphasize the crazy even more. I think that would
Oh
be
gosh.
really cool to see.
That
The
would be
director of
good.
that movie is like, "You are whack. Why would you do that?"
But I would imagine, like you put Big Bird. Big Bird's probably actually afraid of Saran wrap,
Oh,
I
probably.
guess. Right? Because I mean, he's had brothers or sisters like seagulls, who got caught in some of the plastic in the ocean, which isn't funny, folks. Let's clean up the oceans.
Yes,
This
please.
is why Big Bird has, this trauma, this deep-seated trauma.
Yeah.
That brought the
No,
rain down
I could
episode.
actually see that like realistically playing out very well. So I took like the whole
Right.
day to think about it, and I came back with an answer. And I remember who asked me that. Literally, they were like, they were in band with me. They also played trumpet, and it was just really funny. They like walked up to me in the morning, and they didn't do this stuff all the time. They didn't just like randomly ask questions like that. But this morning they walked up to me, and I was like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And they were like, "Hey, so what would you just like ask the question? What would you say would be a movie like that you would want to see Muppets?" And then the one person that's not a Muppet, think about it and tell me later today. And I was like, "What?" They just walked
Yeah,
away.
that's
Okay,
that's an odd that's an odd interaction.
it
Are
was
you still
very
friends with this person? Is this one of the people that is low on the list of safety to call, or is this person higher on the list of?
the
See, I'm doing
person
a
would not be
callback to last
unsafe.
week.
Yeah,
What's that?
that's a recall to last week. You gotta watch last week's to understand that question. That person would not be unsafe to call at all because they have, like,
Okay.
no connection to my family at all, and there's no way that information would spread. But,
Okay.
honestly, I think we're friends on Instagram, but I have not talked to them in probably 2, 3 years,
Mm,
at least.
sure.
They were only in band for, like, 1 or 2 years, and so I didn't get to know them extremely well, and,
Yeah.
um yeah, I just haven't talked to them in forever. Maybe I will after this. I actually don't know if they know I'm trans.
Right. No, reach out and just be like, "Hey, do you remember you asked me this off the wall question?" They'll be like, "Wow, that was more off the wall than I even thought." You
Right.
did a
And
whole
then they'll be
show
like,
around
"Hey,"
that off the wall.
and they'll be like, "Hey, I recorded a live stream. It was talking about this today. You should watch
Right.
it."
In fact, right. If you're connected on Instagram, just like send a link to the stream and just go, "Hey, was thinking of you."
And they're like,
That's all
"Who
you
are
gotta
you?
do.
I don't even know you."
Right. Right.
Oh,
You'll get a
man.
call in the middle of the night. "Hello? Yeah, sorry, I can't talk right now. I gotta go."
Exactly. I expected so many people to just start doing that to me this week.
I know, I did too.
Thankfully, I didn't get anything.
Right.
All right,
Did you
well,
I learned recently too that you actually can use these for phone calls. I had no idea.
whoa, really?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That's
Like in
amazing.
when and it's just voice too. I mean, it's the weirdest. I don't know why people would do it, but
Yeah, that's really weird. I prefer just texting or like, yeah, FaceTime on Messenger or something.
right, exactly.
If I can't see your lips, how do I know you're actually talking?
Yeah, right. How do I know when I'm supposed to shut up?
Yes.
That's the thing.
The trick is you don't anyways. Just keep going.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I don't
really
care. If I care about you enough to call you, then you know me pretty well. And you know I'm not gonna shut up regardless.
right.
Okay, so next one. Let's see. Do we want to do another review one, or do we want to do like show us everything in your bag type thing?
Ooh, gosh. Yeah, I don't. Sure, I don't care.
Okay, let's do the show everything in your bag one, and we'll come back to the review. So we're not doing like two back to back.
All right, I got. Let me run and get it then. I don't have one
Okay,
here.
sounds
I don't
good.
have it here. All right, give me 1 sec. Whoosh.
This is gonna be fun. I have like my entire backpack next to me, and I don't remember what's in it at all.
right. So, so I actually. Do you want to go first, or want me to?
Go for it.
Okay. So I have a friend named Julia, and I hadn't seen her in it was like a decade. So That was a little more. So I hadn't seen her in a long time. And I show up. So I had transitioned in the meantime. But I show up and she goes, "Oh, yeah, see, so you're obviously a lesbian because you've got the lesbian backpack." She says, "You really need it to be smaller, but this still works." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So first of all, I've got the little moon phases here on a pin and a
I love that.
little Ouija. What are those called? Planchets?
Planchette. Yeah.
Thank you. That says she, her. I'm not really sure what the connection there is. I mean, the she, her, I understand, but the planchette, I don't know. I just saw it and I went, that looks cool.
Yeah.
So let's see. Handkerchief, that's fun. There's a lot of lipstick on that. Wonder why. I've got here's my little, what are those called? Like a gaiter, so that if I need a mask, I can use that.
Nice.
Yeah. A couple of lipsticks. I think I got a few. Well, that's not lipstick. Those technically lip glosses. It's not like I wear a lot of lipstick. What else do we
Glosses
have
feel
here?
less terrible on your lips.
Yeah. Chapstick. Technically Burt's Bees. Burt's Bees paid handsomely for this product placement. I want you to know. Try Burt's Bees. It's good for you, good for the planet.
I'm
And then
a
of course
I'm a Vaseline girly.
oh boy, I'm not sure I want to examine that too much. And then of course I've got a contact lens that I was told I could try. I wear contact lenses, and if I needed a slightly different power, this would have been it. I think this has been in my bag for 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not really sure.
I thought you were
I
gonna say
can take it
years.
out
I was
now.
like, what? Throw it away.
I don't think so. Oh, something clean glasses that I didn't actually have. And then I've got these really amazingly, I will show these because I got these at Hot Topic, the little barrettes, but they have little
Ooh.
spikes on them, right?
Oh, I like that.
Oh my gosh, they're a lot of fun.
That's like so Hot Topic.
Oh my, yeah. Are you serious? Look at that. I
Oh,
mean,
that looks great.
right? I can't see what I'm doing. Let's hope that works. No, that looks terrible. But there you go. That's the.
It does the job.
Oh, you
Also,
know
you
what?
look like
Look,
you
if
have
I
really
just
thick
do.
hair, so those have to be like really good clamps too. Like,
Oh, they are no pulling them out. Like I'll just show you because pulling them out is a chore. They're. Oh well, that one. That time it worked great. The one
yeah,
time,
so,
it's gonna.
so hard.
But usually I end up, there's at least. Oh, look at that. Okay, maybe I got better at it. Maybe my hair got thinner. But usually I end up swearing. But I love these. They were like $8 or something. So Hot Topic, I guess. And I was like, I better buy this. Do you want to do a pocket now, or should I move on? I could do my
Sure.
keys pocket.
Let's see what's in my front pocket. I honestly,
I have
what is
another
that?
handkerchief.
Oh, so this is my take everything to work bag, and honestly, I throw so much in here because I put fidget toys in there, and we might
Oh
find some like,
gosh.
random things. So, anyways, wallet, of course, you can't drive without your wallet. Keys again.
Keys, yeah.
Uh, a random receipt for gas. I could probably
Sure.
put something else. A bracelet that I was missing. I love these, by the way. They're like
Oh,
it's
that's
rubber.
fun.
And it
Yeah.
looks kind of like a chain, and I don't know. I like it. My
No, it's fun.
wedding ring is also rubber because I do not trust myself with metal, and I don't like the cold. If you take it off for like when you sleep and then you put it back on in the morning and then it's cold for a few minutes, I don't know.
You're not supposed to
I have
take
a
it
Lara
off.
bar,
Nice.
complete the
Oh,
squish.
nice. I have a sister named Laura. Every time I buy a Lara bar, I take a picture of it and send it to her. And by now, she's probably like, "Can you quit sending me all the pictures of Lara bars? I got it." But maybe she
Get
likes
it? My name's Laura.
them. Right. Yes, yes, yes. I heard it. My name's Laura.
I've got some compression gloves
What?
for blood flow so that I don't pass out.
Oh shoot,
Um,
that's a little scary.
I almost never wear them, and I get lightheaded a lot. Um,
Oh,
one of my fidgets, this one's really fun actually. It's like a maze, and there's
oh
a
boy.
single marble somewhere in there. And so it's really soft, and then you push the marble through the maze while you're
Yeah,
just doing absolutely nothing.
that's kind of fun.
It
I
actually
sort of
is.
like that.
It's really soft, and the stimulation's just enough, to where you just like, okay, I'm, doing something with my hands while I'm thinking, you know. Anyways, I really like it. I wish I had gotten it in a different color. I'm not the biggest fan of pink, but they only had pink, and I wanted to try it out, and it was $1. So I was like,
Oh, for $1, yeah, you
whatever.
can't. Yeah.
CBD oil. This is honestly, this pocket is just jam packed. CBD oil.
CBD oil.
In case work gets crazy, I have earplugs in case it's too loud at work.
Good thinking. I got some too.
The cover for a Canon
Sure,
camera,
for a lens.
but
Yeah.
not the actual camera.
No,
Of course,
that would be ridiculous.
that would make too much sense. A couple of pens. Ooh, this one's really great. This one's a friction pen. Again, product placement. Gotta get the friction. It's erasable pen ink. It's fantastic. I love
It
it.
sounds amazing.
Earbuds. Another
Earbuds. Yeah.
Laura bar.
A
I don't even like these. Why
different.
not?
Oh gosh, really? Hey, don't tell my sister Laura. Laura, if you're watching, we still love you,
We
even if
still
not
love
the
you.
bars.
I've never met you, but I'm sure you're lovely.
She's amazing.
Some ginger chews because heartburn.
Oh boy.
Um, Today we're learning about my medical issues.
I know.
Apparently, it's actually
I
a
kind of
fidget
want to go back to my pockets.
right. This is a fidget I made, and it's literally it's hot glue with little hot glue things on the top, and
Wait,
it just
really?
nice. Yeah, it's just a solid ball of hot glue that I put little dots
Wow.
on top, and it's a great texture to just like do this.
Yeah,
It's like perfect palm size, so you can kind of like toss it, and it's kind of heavy. So I don't know. It's a fun little one that I made
that's awesome. I
several years
like
ago.
that.
And
Gonna
I
have to
think that
get
is
one.
all for me. There's another receipt in there, but that's about it. Back to you.
There'll be two more things. I will show two more things just because I think they're funny. So that's not that funny. I have a pair. I don't know if this is gonna work. Again, product placement. Beats for when you need the beat and you haven't got it. Unlike Belinda Carlisle over there, Jane Wheatland, they got the beat. But you don't, so go get some beats. These I I never got myself like a decent pair of headphones. I love music. I'm a musician. I've played music for almost 40 years, for Christ's sake. Um, but I never got myself like a decent pair of headphones. So I was walking through Best Buy. I don't know. Best Buy also paid handsomely. But I'm walking through and I'm like, I saw these were on sale for like $130. And I went, for 130, if I don't like them, I'll just take them back, right? And I put them in from the very first second I put them in. So it's these kinds. I don't know. These are like the Studio Pro, or who the hell knows. But they hook onto your ear. And usually I hate things that go into my ear. But I put these in from the very first second. I went, oh my God, my life has changed. There was pre-beats and then there was after beats. And it was almost that big. And I will ride so I got a little Segway electric scooter. I will put these in and jump on my scooter like you do and dance along with Lady Gaga going 15 miles an hour through my neighborhood. And I don't know, it is therapeutic, and I'm putting them back now. The
That sounds
last thing
amazing.
it's so much.
I'm
I'm telling you, it's so
convinced.
much fun. Yeah. That's the wrong pocket. I'm
I
going to
love
pull this
pockets,
out.
you know?
I do too. So I'm going to pull this. Oh, I got one more thing because here we go. I'm gonna pull this out because this will actually make me look vaguely cool. The headphones, kind of these. So this is I think it's titanium. No, I think it's steel, but it's cutlery. So I've got a knife, fork, and spoon, and you have to screw it together, but you don't have to use any of that crappy plastic stuff. I love these ones. It's cutlery in part because I am out. My cutlery is out.
I like
All
it.
right, right. This is the last thing. I own a selfie stick. Yes, a selfie stick. Because you never know when you're going to be out. I think it goes longer. There it goes. You're going to go out and somebody goes, "Oh, let me get a picture of you." And you go, "Yeah, sure, sure." And you hold it up and that
There
little
you go.
button that actually is in the other room or so. I don't know where the button is. But it's got a little button on it. I mean, like, so it makes it kind of a little bit useless. But it's got a little button that's Bluetooth to my phone, so I can take pictures of my, I can do all kinds of good stuff. And
There you go.
my selfie stick. I bought
Can't
it.
take
My wife was like, "You self-indulgent bitch," and I'm like, "No, come on, it's fun." And I think I've used it. I think it was this exact one I took to like Las Vegas, and we were taking pictures the whole time. There's a couple of pictures of the three of us. And anyway,
Yeah. And then you don't have to ask someone else to take your picture and worry that they're going to run away with your phone.
right, right. Do I lose all street cred for this? Like, are people now going, "Holy shit, were you like a boomer?" No, Gen X, but
I don't know.
but
I feel
core.
like millennials were the ones to buy that mostly.
Okay, maybe I
I want
picked
to say
up cred.
mostly. I don't
I,
know. I know I'm sure Gen Z also played into it a little bit, but I don't think as much as I want to say it's mostly a millennial thing, but I can't
because I
don't quote me.
remember what's her name, the blonde who's famous just for being famous, Paris Hilton. I remember her. Hi, Paris. By the way, product placement for Paris. Um,
Or
she had
product
the. She
placement
was
people.
right. Um, I remember she used a selfie stick, and I remember seeing that and going, "What a self-indulgent bitch! Really? Can't even believe that. Why the hell would you need that?" And I don't know about you, but I hate, like, I never wanted my picture taken. And then I transitioned gender. And within, oh God, I don't even know, a month, 2 months? Within 2 months, I would just sit in the room like next door and just take pictures of myself.
I get that. I bet that's a pretty relatable thing for a lot of trans people is like when you start to
Mhm.
pass, um, or even before you start to pass, whenever you
It
start
was
to look
before.
like yourself, whenever you feel like you start to look like yourself
Yes.
more,
Yes.
that's a better way of putting that.
Uh-huh.
That's when, for me, it was passing because passing did mean a lot to me. I wanted to pass, but that's when I was like, yes, I want to take pictures of myself. I want to see
Yeah.
myself. I spent 20
Right.
years of my life not wanting to look at myself, and I want to catch up.
Right. Right. Um,
Essentially.
I mean, I had 52, so I'm like, I got to go get me a selfie stick. So every place I go, I'll be like, "Look, Grand Canyon, here I am." Click.
There you go. Get
Here
yourself a
I am.
second
Look,
one. Do two angles
Al-
at once.
Alcatraz. Here I am. Click.
I still need to go to Alcatraz. I can't believe I live like 30 minutes away from the place and I still haven't been.
I don't.
Humble.
Not either. It was just I was trying to come up with like weird
Oh,
places. You know.
I still need to go though. You should visit and then we can go together. That's what needs to happen.
There you go. Oh, we totally will. Yes, but I mean, like,
That
Kern County Humane Society or something. Click. Checking in at the Kern County Humane Society here in
yes.
Yo.
All right. Let's see. We've got okay, I know for a fact that there's one that I want to do.
All right, we'll do it. Let's do it.
Here's a short one because I think that's the one I want to end on. Well, I don't know
Okay.
if this will be short, but I think it'll. Given how clumsy I am, I think this is going to be short. Who can stand
Uh-oh.
on one foot the longest?
Oh gosh. This will not take long because I am
I'm pretty
so
sure I'm the asshole.
well, hold on. An interesting fun fact. I've always run into things and like kicked things with my feet and like not on purpose. Stub your toe, you get up in the middle of the night, oh, I gotta go pee and um
Yes.
and then I got on estrogen therapy. And for some reason that made a difference. Like all of a sudden, like my balance got better,
Wow.
my poise, like I don't know what word I want to use, but all of a sudden it was better. And the way I ended up realizing this, because it used to be would go to see this psychologist, and I remember always like walking out the door and like running into the door jam because I don't know why I always managed to run into the door jam and think to myself, you stupid oaf. Can't even walk through a door. What's wrong? Stupid oaf, you big dumb oaf. And then I remember maybe I had some self-hate issues. I don't know if I want
Maybe
to
we
go
can
on
do that
record
in a
with that.
different,
Right?
different setting. We
So
can do a group therapy session.
right. So I go to go to see her. One quick sec here. So I go to see her at some point, and remember I walked through the door, and usually I'd give her a hug. Usually I would, but I remember I don't know, I was feeling good, and I walked through the door, and I went, oh, and then I spun around and I gave her a little hug, and then I remember turning on my heel, and like walking straight down the hall, and I went about 3 or 4 steps, and I went, who the hell was that? I was like, oh my gosh, why do I suddenly have like confidence in my step? And we could keep going with this, but you start seeing the person you are, right? And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, like you go, hey, the world is an okay place. And I think that's partly what happened. So on that
Yeah.
note, yeah, you want to stand up and
Oh Lord. Yeah. Let's try this one.
no. All right, here we go.
Okay.
By the way, I have this Lady Gaga shirt that I got from Crunchyroll. I don't know. Is that clear? The image of her. There's her face, and
Oh yeah.
it's kind
Nice.
of fun.
I work very close to Crunchyroll headquarters, and I didn't know that
Do
until
you?
very recently. I work like blocks, like maybe 2 blocks away.
Oh, dang, that's
Yeah.
cool. All right, are we ready?
I'm gonna hold my
Can we
leg
use
up.
our arms?
Yeah, you can use your arms. I'm gonna hold my leg up so you can see
Okay.
because I have no way of otherwise proving that I'm only on one foot.
Well, true, but I would trust you. Yeah, but Robin, I can't do that. I'm gonna fall over immediately. I'm already. You have to look at me. Oh,
I feel like I'm gonna fall.
I'm gonna lose it. I gotta win this. Didn't win this. Oh crap! Wow,
I don't know how I did that because I was about to fall on
good.
my.
Did you? Wow, that was pretty good. That was amazing. Do you know what I have? Let me pull something out. Not, not that. Not that. What the hell? Oh, I had to find my chair. So here's something. Here's something that you can see. I don't use it often, but it's called a slack block.
I have one
And
too.
do you really? The guy, I think I reviewed his book. I think I reviewed his book on Amazon, and he reached out to me. I don't even know how I got my email address, but he's like, "Hey, thanks for reviewing this." Oh, I do know. No, he ended up finding me on LinkedIn and sending me a DM, and I'm like, "Why is this guy reaching out to me? The hell?" But
That's weird.
he goes, "Here, I'll send you a freebie. And this was, I don't know, 6 or 8 years ago, I'd guess. Yeah, something. It was a long time ago. And I was like, sure. I mean, okay. And I've used it a couple of times just for anybody who is curious. So this is a foam kind of stuff. So it's kind of, and there's, you can see it's different. You can actually take these little plugs out to make it harder to stand on. But the point, I had to turn it the other direction because I need to be able to read I might have some OCD issues too. But the point is that, oh my God, this is hard. But the point, holy cats. This is what you do. And all it is you balance on the thing. Oh my God, that's hard. Although I will tell you, the fact that I've lasted this long is once again testament to my estrogen therapy. Wow. Oh boy. So that tires you out quickly. Tires me out quickly, folks. All right, let me try the other side. Ooh, see, I'm left-footed, so hey. Wow. Oh God, falling over. All right.
You know what's interesting? I have to retract my statement. I thought that that was something else. I have one of those. Have you ever seen the movie Heavyweights?
Yeah. Was it like kids who go
Yeah,
to like
yeah,
a place to lose weight for like summer camp
yeah,
or something?
yeah. And what's his face? The guy from Night of the Museum was in it as like
Mm.
this crazy person. Anyways, so there's this thing where they put like little special socks on and they slide back and forth, on
Oh,
it.
sure.
Um, and I thought that that's what that was because it's the one that I have is also called a slack something, and I was like, oh yeah, slack something. It's exercise equipment. I know exactly what that is.
Right.
That's different though. That's very different from what I have.
This,
But
I think this is fun personally, but
I think it's fun. It's almost like a balance beam with simultaneously extra and less steps.
it it, it is
So
the guy. As long as we're plugging it, the guy's name is Jim Klopman, and it's like slackline.com, I think. He does
mm,
this thing that's like it's Slackbow. Sorry, it's called Slackbow.
mm,
And there's some, I mean, it's like 4 grand or something that I'm not going to spend, but it's like a slack line that you can put in your house. But he wrote a book too called Balance is Power, I believe it's called. I don't know where it is, but just trust me on that. Jim
okay.
Klopman. And I read the book, and his point is, if you look in the Western world, we have terrible balance, and as a result, many people, like there are a lot of falls, lots of injuries happen every year just from falling because we have poor balance. That was actually part of the reason why I ended up stopping wearing shoes or not. And I mean, even in the Colorado winters, I was wearing thin sandals because I was like, I'm going to make my ankles and feet strong. Apparently, it didn't work as well as I'd hoped because I just proved it, but still, because there's some research. There's some research. I guess beds in Japan. I think it was beds in like elderly facilities. I don't know what word I want to use for
Mm,
this. That doesn't sound vaguely insulting, but the places where elderly people would go, they 1 sec. In Japan, they're like mattresses on the floor, thin mattresses on the floor. So you got to roll out of bed and stand up from the ground.
yeah.
But in the US, not at all, right? They have like these big, huge, massive mattresses that'll help you like stand up and things. And so as a result, fall deaths by falls are actually, I mean, it's like an order of magnitude, 2 orders of magnitude less in Asia, Japan, I think in particular, than in the US. My fun fact for the day, let me go, but balance is important.
Yeah, balance is very important. I've been
Stumping for
watching this one
balance.
guy on, I want to say like Facebook videos or something, but he does a lot of like, hey, here's like ways to improve your balance. Here's ways to like build strength in parts of your bodies that you wouldn't think about because they don't tell you
Mm-hmm.
about these places needing strength, like your
Right.
fingers. And so I'm like, constantly thinking like, okay, I need to maybe try more finger stretches, or maybe you do. It's like, what if you're hanging from something? Like your entire weight needs to be held by your fingers. It's I've always been a survivalist. I want to always be prepared for things. And so that's something that I always like think about. I'm like, okay, what if this crazy scenario happens? Like it's unlikely, but it
Yeah.
could happen. Um,
Do you have
yeah,
an amateur
so
radio license then?
yeah.
Do you?
That would
You
be
have a
fun.
ham?
I want to. Yeah.
Oh, you should. I can recommend a book because I got a ham. I have a license, so
That's cool. Yeah. I want to learn I want to learn a lot of things. There's one thing that I want to learn how to grow my own food a little bit better than what I'm doing right
oh
now.
yeah,
I
yes.
have a tomato plant, I have a strawberry plant, I have a grapevine growing, and a blueberry plant now that I got recently. But I want to learn how to like grow my own food in case. I want to learn how to purify water in case.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
what's the other thing? Oh, I want to learn how to build my own, um, essentially like my own satellite. There are these like satellite phones that you can
Yeah.
use, but they cost a lot of money. And I was like, if something happened and the entire like electricity grid went out or something, I want to be able to
Right.
like still signal that I am alive and exist. Although who would
Mm-hmm.
I signal to? I don't know, but like it would be a useful skill to have. And I
Right.
grew up
Right.
watching like Hunger Games, Divergent, those things, and they feel too close to reality for me to dismiss the potential of those things happening in our not too distant society. So, anyways, these are some like things on my bucket list of like whenever I have time, which is never, but at some point I would like to learn these things. But yeah,
I can recommend a book if you want. There's a great place. There's
absolutely.
a group of people in Colorado Springs, and you have to get over that they're in Colorado Springs, but they have exceptional books. They have the first two levels of amateur radio license. So
That'd be really cool.
yeah, it's cool. I have a nice radio. I never had an antenna to like talk to Germany, but I'm actually now working on that, believe it or not. I had
That's neat.
stopped. I hadn't yeah, I had a good experience doing providing radio support for a marathon recently, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get back into radio, sure." Because I don't have enough other things that I'm doing, but
You did tell
like
me about
you.
that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have, I think, time for one more. This is the one I've been
Okay.
excited for. Um,
Uh-oh.
hold water in your mouth while everyone tries to make you laugh. So I'm gonna go get some water to put in my own mouth, and you can try to make me laugh, and I can do the same for you. But I don't know why I was like, this is a good way to get myself to drink water for one, because I've been apparently bad about that this past week. But I think if so, I'm gonna take myself off for just a second to go get some water,
Okay.
and I will be right back.
I think, folks, just so you know, I think this is going to be a complete disaster. I'm willing to bet that this whole thing, somebody's going to choke, probably me. Um, but if I make it through this, thanks to whomever sent that, really appreciate that.
All right,
Oh,
got water.
okay. How are you
All
going to
right.
know that I really take in water? I don't know.
I mean, my you'll see when it sprays everywhere.
I'm gonna move. I am gonna move move my bag out of the way though. I don't need I don't need my selfie stick getting messed up here, all right?
Okay, I have a cup to spit it into if I need to. I'm hoping to not get it all over my computer. Is what I'm hoping, because that
Yep.
would be problematic, as it is a work computer that is not actually mine.
Yeah.
Um, makes for good content though, so
It does.
I can't complain too much, but there's a reason why we saved this one for the end.
All right. Are you ready?
I suppose so.
So I went and got some dad jokes because
Oh no. I suck
So
at these
is it
because everything makes me laugh. Like you could ask my husband, I
okay?
would laugh at everything.
Does it need
Once
to be timed? Do you want me to start a time? Can we put 30 seconds on the clock?
whatever you want to do,
Don't
we've
know.
got 5 minutes left of the stream, so do
Okay.
what you.
All right. Here we go. So, after an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer decide to try a career in music? Because he had a ton of sick beats. This is not mine, everybody. I just found out I'm colorblind. The news came out of the purple. That's terrible. Did you know did you know your eyes are the last part to stop working when you die? Yeah, they dilate. I'm not even going to read that one. My wife asked me the other day where I got so much candy, and I said I always have a few Twix up my sleeve. That was terrible. It was terrible. All right, I got one more. If you can make it through this one. What do you call a beehive? What do you call a beehive without an exit? Unbelievable. I think that was a success.
All right. I didn't quite make it through all of them. I did get a little out after that second one.
I did
Oh, it was
this.
out of the purple one that got me.
I do. Right. I did like I found a wooden shoe in my toilet today. Yeah, it was clogged.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's awful. All right, are we ready?
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna also pull up some dad jokes and see what I got.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm gonna look at it from my phone because I also want to be able to see you. All right. Dad jokes list. Part of the hardest part for me was like not only were the jokes kind of funny, but also like the fact that you're trying not to laugh makes it so much funnier. You're already laughing. See? Exactly. Okay. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up alone? It was way too tired.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that was fast. There it goes.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. Oh boy.
It's all over your floor now.
It's all over the floor.
Well,
And the cinnamon thing, right? Eat a tablespoon of cinnamon.
yep.
Jeez, that was terrible. I didn't even make it one joke. How much water did you have in your mouth? Because I was like, Did you? Okay. All
That's
right.
why I had to let some out at the beginning because I was like, oh my god.
Oh, I didn't see you do that. I think it went through my nose
laughing.
too.
That was what happened when I was laughing at the purple one. I was like, I need to come out because it's going to go everywhere.
I got a little through the nose.
I mean, this was filled to the top. And
oh, shoot. Oh,
like
gosh. Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Well, that was successful. I think that was fun.
That was
Another
certainly
week of, yeah, another
another
week of
what?
easy.
Right.
Or out of the bag, I guess, because we took everything out of our
Right.
bag. All
Oh,
right.
I don't know.
Well,
That was a bad idea.
I was like, I'll do it, but it's up to you if you want to do it. And you did, and that's great.
Oh, there's never a anything crazy you do, I'll throw. I will do it. Anything crazy you decline. If you go, it's too crazy, I would probably do it. I'm just that loony.
Looney Tunes. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for us to get on with the rest of our days, I think. And thank you to anyone who joined. I didn't see really any comments or anything come through this time, but hopefully everybody will watch it on replay. Maybe it's a busy Saturday for people. Um, hope everyone had a good time, and we will see you again next week to do more
See
stupid
you
stuff.
next week.
Bye.